We first opened the doors to the Creative Workshop back in March to introduce the AC M200 V8 prototype. Last week we started our tour of the shop, and this week we take you back for a little more. If you're anything like us, it still won't be enough.
This is an example of a car that's been completely restored with pixie dust on it. So the car never looked like this. If you notice, we took the glass out of the doors. There used to be a big convertible top here, so we made it a 2+2. The leather's from Italy. It used to be left-hand drive, and I switched it over to right-hand drive.
What? Magician.
That's to keep my wife from driving it.
She's not going to watch this. She'll never know.
That was almost divorce number 12 when I told her I turned her car from a left-hand to a right-hand drive.
Oh, wow. When you talk about the pixie dust, that's putting like your own little twist on things,
Indeed.
right?
Custom color, custom leather, custom gauges. We have a very specific way of doing it here. A lot of people just buy aftermarket gauges and just, we had each gauge silk screened to match the color of the Bakelite original 1950 switches. So it's all about the details. This is a 1970 Mustang Mach 1 that is getting very close to being done. We pretty much have to just paint the stripes on the hood and finish the interior. We have to do the interior. That's an original seat. We use it for test driving. And then obviously a complete and total cleaning to make it pop and beautiful. Kirk is actually underneath what is a absolutely wonderful car. A Lamborghini Miura with a great client, very good friend, wonderful guy, lives in the Cayman Islands, ex-banker. Miuras and that wonderful, huge 12-cylinder power plant have a tendency to catch on fire. But you are actually coming in at the end of a year-long process of the engine coming out.
You've had this car for a year?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything from that rear, what they call a firewall, back, has been completely
Aptly
restored.
called a firewall, I guess.
Indeed.
In this case.
Know? Although the glass, which was right by the guy's head, was cracked from the heat from the fire.
Ooh.
Not good, again. But everything you could see, like the new painted shock absorbers to the correct colors, bushings, bearings, the engine completely disassembled. I can show you pictures of the pistons lined up. It's just the engine itself is a work of art. Vauxhall Victor station wagon. This is what cars usually look like when they're dragged to us. Pulled out of a field.
Yeah, barn finds, right?
Barn
yeah.
kind of stuff.
I mean, what are your plans for this car? You're going to completely redo it?
Completely redo it. This is the family car.
Right.
So this is going to have...
It is a station wagon after all.
I love station wagons. Station wagons are cool.
Yeah,
okay?
Matt, you hear that? Station wagons are cool.
Station wagons are the true SUV. SUVs...
Our station wagon's gone wrong.
Yes, that's going to be our next t-shirt. SUVs are station wagons gone wrong. I love it. A guy had original moldings for this car. Obviously, he had a relationship with this car back in its history. This is a one-of-a-kind Abarth. I
don't even know what an Abarth is.
Italian.
Italian,
beautiful.
And
car.
this is the bar find.
This is a
barn find, yeah.
But this guy had these moldings, but refused to give them to us. And now remember, there's only one of these in the world, and the moldings are only one of a kind in the world. So what the hell are you doing with my moldings? What are you doing with them?
What do you need
them for? What do you need them for? For your son's moped and balls on the... We have just gotten started on the research for this car, and I don't know if there's enough film in the camera or enough bandwidth on the internet to possibly fulfill what I know about this car right now. Whether it ever had an engine, how we found out that it did have an engine, what the engine was, what the car was called when it was imported into the United States. Me contacting the son of the late photographer that shot one of the only pictures that we know of exists of this car from the New York Auto Show back in 1953.
Are you ever going to write a book about all the cars that have come through here? I would read that book, I'm telling you.
We'll see. Maybe. We need a ghostwriter. I'm no writer, so.
You
Give me a ghostwriter and I'll tell you stories. Are you?
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Let's get that vodka.
Let's get that vodka.